Chapter 1, Lost Ones. How does it go? The nervous young woman asked as she stood before the man behind the desk. He had the ability to look right through a person as those large dark eyes stared at her, making her feel as if she was under scrutiny.
What do you mean, how does it go?
He snarled, leaning back in his chair, crossing his right ankle over his left knee, and then he had the nerve to smirk.
You're a singer. You can't figure that out?
And sing she could. She had gotten signed on to Mancuso Records. She had looked forward to a wonderful career with a reputable record label. She had won first place on the vocal show, hence landing a deal at Mancuso Records. Well, Mr. Weller, since you wrote the song, I thought I would just...
Miss Ralston, if I were a drug dealer and I supplied you with the product, would you ask me if you should smoke it, snort it, or shoot it?
He had interrupted her, leaning forward, propping his right elbow on the desk and tapping his pen on the desk with his left hand. Well, no, sir, I wouldn't.
Sir, I'm 29 years old. Do I look 70 to you?
He raised an eyebrow, almost smiling at her. Well, no, Mr. Weller, you don't look 70.
Okay, so answer my question.
What was your question?
My question was, if I supplied you with drugs, would you ask me how to consume it?
Well, no, I wouldn't.
Exactly, because if you were a true junkie, you'd know exactly what to do with the goods now, wouldn't you?
The sound of his hand slamming on the desk startled her even more. Yes, I would know what to do.
Now, are you a true singer? A true musician?
Yes, I consider myself.
Then sing. I'm a writer. I pen words, tell the story. It's your job to make it come alive. Got me?
Yes, Mr. Weller.
Saxon is just fine.
Okay. Saxon.
All right. Go see Calvin. He's in Studio 9. He's waiting.
Bettina scurried out of the office nearly in tears. She had never felt so humiliated in her life. Saxon Weller was an epic songwriter, having won nearly 20 Grammys in under 5 years. He'd written for so many famous singers, and for her to have him produce anything for her was an honor indeed, but she did not know he was such a first-class posterior. Despite what she had gone through on the third floor in Saxon's office, she did a good job laying down their track. There was something about the way he treated her that made her so emotional, and it came flooding out as she stood before that microphone.
Shoot, shoot, shooby-doo-da-da. Shoot, shoot, shooby-doo-da-da. Shoot, shoot, shooby-doo-da-da. So many ways to say I love you. So many ways to say I care. So many ways to say I love you. So many ways to say I care. Shoot, shoot, shooby-doo-da-da.
Charlize made her way into Saxton's office after Bettina left. She handed him his coffee mug. He took a sip and said,
Make me a fresh pot.
She turned around in one fluid motion, grabbed the cup, and returned to the kitchen to fulfill his order.
I see your boss is in one of his moods.
Charlize heard the voice from her left. Riley Chavis stood next to her. He was a technician in Studio 2. He'd noticed that she was pouring the pot of coffee down the sink and opening a new pack of fresh coffee. You know it, Riley.
Charlize, I keep telling you that you have more skills than simply being some producer, songwriter, secretary. You need to join the technical team.
I gotta pay my dues.
You've been serving him for what, 2 years? 4, if you count his attitude.
Careful, Riley. He is my boss.
Boss spelled backwards is double S-O-B. You know what I think, though?
Riley said, leaning against the sink, watching her put her heart and soul into making sure that coffee was just right. What? What do you think?
You got a crush on your boss.
Goodness, Riley. Are you serious right now?
I mean, he's wealthy, drive a nice whip, got a big old house over there on Hillside.
You forgot handsome.
No, nah. I don't be checking no other dudes out, but you said it.
Charlize was 26, unmarried, had a 3-year-old daughter. Landing that job was a blessing. She was currently studying broadcasting and engineering, hoping to one day land in one of those studios. But the men seemed to dominate that part of the company. The only person who believed in her was Riley. Okay, Riley. I'll talk to you later, okay?
Hey,
He called behind her and she turned to him.
how about dinner tonight?
I gotta pick up my daughter. I'm sorry.
My mom can watch it while we go out.
How about another time? I really got a lot of studying to do.
Okay, another time. Go get it, girl. But remember, you're worth more than you consider yourself. Remember that.
With that, he walked out of the opposite entrance of the break room. She hurried back down the hall and carefully set her boss's coffee on the edge of the desk on the cork coaster.
Thank you.
He raised his cup, took a sip. She waited, holding her breath.
This is good.
Thanks. She hurried out of the office. It was almost 5 o'clock. She had to get her daughter by 6, and no telling what the traffic would be like on Barber Street.